So today is day 32 of our federal government being shut down, and it has caused a lot of problems for millions and millions of Americans, all the way from military personnel not being paid to people's EBT and SNAP benefits not going out today on November 1st. That's impacting something like 40 million Americans. It's $8 billion a month, and it's nothing. Now, a judge has ordered the Trump administration to pay out those funds using emergency funds that are set aside just for this. It's just for whatever reason, they haven't wanted to pay it out. It's like, I think they're trying to inflict as much harm or as much pain as possible to try and bring people to the negotiating table again, but it's just harming so many Americans. And I just wanted to go over real quick why all this is happening again. Hi all, I'm Marlon with ChronicPainWarriorsUnited. I hope y'all are doing well as possible and having a decent weekend. So the whole argument around the government shutdown centers basically on $35 billion a year in Obamacare subsidies from the Affordable Care Act, right? The Democrats basically want to lock in $350 billion over the next 10 years to pay for these subsidies. And the Republicans are saying, no, we're not going to put them in there. Now, because of that and how the rules in the Senate work for them to move the continuing resolution budget process forward, it's not a budget, it's a continuing resolution where they just spend more and more money based on many things, but a lot of it has to do with inflation, costs from the last year, et cetera, et cetera. We haven't had anything like a real budget in a long, long time, but I digress. In order for them to move the continuing resolution forward in the Senate, they need 60 votes for something called cloture, and the Republicans only have 53 votes in the Senate. So, in order for them to move this bill forward the way they want to, with all of the Obamacare subsidies, $35 billion a year, which, by the way, is about 0.44% of the entire spending allocation for a year of the government. 0.44% is what they've shut down the whole government for and are doing massive harm to millions of people over. 0.44% of the budget. Now, I get there are a lot of people who are against the Obamacare subsidies, but they're also the most popular part of the law because, like it or not, they have helped a lot of people. That's another thing. The Affordable Care Act portal opens today for open enrollment, and there are no subsidies, or federal government subsidies at least, attached to any of those prices that people are going to be seeing. And they are going to be sky high. I'm going to log on here later today just to look and see. All of this, over $35 billion basically, and it really does make us look like the banana republic that we're becoming, more and more like Rome 2.0, where everything is a fight between, two smaller and smaller sides. Our politicians, both Democrat and Republican, are robbing us blind, as is the bureaucracy itself, and it's destroying our country, along with decadency and everything else that destroyed Rome. We're doing the same things here, stripping people of basic human freedoms, all kinds of things. So anyways, that is it. That is why the government is that is why the government is shut down. That's why so many people are being harmed. That's why military paychecks aren't going out when they should. That's why people can't put food on the table right now. $35 billion. That's the hang up. And do y'all think that's right, really? How many of y'all think that we should be doing all this over $35 billion in Obamacare subsidies, even if you don't agree with them? The economic cost to the country alone in everything being shut down like this is estimated to be around $6 to $8 billion a week right now. And you're talking about $35 billion a year. It doesn't compute. Everything they're doing does a lot more harm and cost a lot more than just funding the subsidies for the next 10 years. $350 billion over 10 years of government spending, which is going to come out to something like close to $80 trillion, is nothing. It's absolutely nothing. So let me know what y'all think. I'll be back tomorrow with another long form, and we got a couple of short forms coming out tonight. Hope y'all have a great rest of the evening. We'll talk to y'all soon. Cheers.